Hello, my friends. Mr. Flanders, Science and Social Studies today. I know you guys might be thinking, Mr. Flanders, why are we doing recordings? The simple answer is, guys, after lunch in the afternoon, most of what we're doing is just really review stuff. And you guys have been doing really well with the science and the social studies. So I want to give you guys a little bit more time to focus on some of the other schoolwork that you might need, rather than having to tune with me for another hour and do a whole lesson that we could get done in just a little bit. All right? So that being said, let's buckle up and hop right in. Make sure you've got your name and the date written up atop of your paper. Today's date is 1/21/21. Okay, that stands for January 21st, 2021. And today in our science, we are still talking about light. We know that light is created by photons. We know that our brain helps us process light. We know that our bodies give off light, but it's too faint for us to see. We know that light needs to come from light sources. Otherwise, we will not be able to see it. We also know that light can pass through some objects, but not all objects. However, the only way we can actually process the light with our brain is if we are seeing the light come off of an object. All right. Lots of information there, guys, and lots of stuff about light that I didn't even know. With all that out of the way, let's jump into our little story about my friend Garrett here, and then I'm going to read the questions for you guys, but I want you to work on these on your own. Excuse me. Okay. Garrett is playing in his room during a thunderstorm. The power goes out. The lights turn off. He can't see, so he turns on his flashlight. Now, Garrett can see where he aims his flashlight. Okay, so Garrett is in his room during a thunderstorm. The power goes out. The lights turn off. He can't see, so he turns on his flashlight. Now Garrett can see where he aims his flashlight. Now, our first question is a very easy question to answer. The question is, what is the flashlight? Is it A, a thunderstorm, B, a light source, or C, power, or lastly D, a toy? What is the flashlight? Is it a thunderstorm, light source, power, or toy? You tell me, my friends. I'm going to take a few more seconds. Okay. Pretty good, pretty good. Okay. Question number 2 asks, what is a question Garrett could ask about light sources? So for this particular question, guys, I really want you to think, what is a question Garrett could ask about light sources? What do you want to know about light sources? Think of yourself as Garrett for a second, sitting alone in that dark room, the thunderstorm is happening, and you've got a flashlight in your hand. What do you want to know about light sources? Here's what I want you to do. I want you to pause the video, answer this question, and then come back when you're done. Okay? Because what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to end this part of the lesson, the science part of our lesson, while you're thinking about this. And I'm going to move on to our social studies lesson. Okay? So think, what is a question Garrett could ask about light sources? Think about Garrett in that room with his flashlight. What is a question Garrett could ask? Again, pause the video. Take the time you need to write that sentence as I set up for social studies. All right, my friends, welcome back. I gave you guys a couple extra seconds just to cycle through your packet and whatnot if you needed to. We are now in the social studies part of our lesson. I really hope you were able to knock out that question about Garrett and the light source. But right now, we're jumping in to social studies. We're still talking about consumers and producers and goods and services. All right? And right now, we're going to start our lesson on day 3. Make sure you write your name and the date. Again, the date is 1/21/21. And our lesson today is looking at this young boy getting his hair cut. Okay? He's getting his hair cut. And, I mean, he doesn't look really happy about it, but it's happening. And that's the way the world works sometimes, my friends. Sometimes your parents tell you got to get a haircut even though you don't want one. But it's okay. Regardless, think about what is happening in this picture. Before we move into question 1, is this boy getting some sort of goods, or is he getting a service? Right? Think about that. And question 1 asks, what service do you see in the picture? Do you see someone playing games, cooking dinner, or cutting hair? What service is this? Are they playing games, cooking dinner, or cutting hair? Think about that. You circle the answer. Okay? What service do you see in this picture? Okay. And now for number 2. And this is going to be one that you guys are going to work on your own. So after I ask you the question, I'm sending you off to get it done. Okay? Question 2 asks, what goods does the producer need to do this service? So in this picture, the boy is the consumer, and the person shaving his head, that's the producer. He is producing a service. He's cutting his hair. He could be a barber. He could be a stylist. Either way, what does this person need to do his job? Think about what he has in the picture right now. Think about what he's using to cut the boy's hair. So what goods does the producer need to do this service? You've got 2 lines to write sentences here about what goods does the producer need. Really think about it. Maybe there's more that he needs than just what you see in the picture. All right? But that is where I'm going to leave you guys with our science and our social studies lesson for the day. All right? Really think about those answers you have to write in yourselves. Make sure your parents are taking pictures of these and sending them to me so I can look them over. I really can't wait to see your answers. But that's it, guys. I am out of here. I will catch you all later in our next lesson. Stay safe.